Hello to my fellow Rise creators. I have a brand new block that I am so excited to share with you. But first, I have a bone to pick, and that is with the columns layout. This is what you're seeing on screen here. The traditional Rise columns layout doesn't allow you to impact the size of your image. It also forces you into this weird rectangular aspect ratio. And for some reason, this block is way wider than any other block in Rise. I feel like it really breaks the flow of my layout as I'm designing. Now, I've been able to get away with using the 4-column grid before, but I have to get really crafty whenever I am designing images to add in extra padding to kind of fight against the fact that it forces your images into this like 250 or 300 pixel square size. And beyond that, I can't impact the spacing in between these columns. So depending on my content, it looks really tight. Enter the brand new Mighty Interactive columns block, which is quickly my new favorite. I have already reached for this dozens of times, and I will show you why. So beyond solving the problems that I just shared for block width, spacing, and image size, this also allows you to mix and match text with images throughout your columns. And what I mean by that is you can literally just do an image in one column and then just do text in another column, which unlocks a myriad of new layouts that you can introduce into your Rise courses to make them not look like a standard Rise template. So let me show you a little peek under the hood here. You can add as many columns as you want. You can go up to 10 if you want to. Now, that might look a little funny depending on what block width you choose, but that's the whole point. Based on your content and what works best for your course, you have the control over how you want this layout to work. So you can add multiple columns. You go in here and use your normal rich text editor to create any formatting changes that you'd like to see. You can add in your image and either position it above or below your text. There are also alignment controls, and one of my favorite features is the image size. I can actually play in line here with what size my image shows up as. So there is no more back and forth between my design software and Rise trying to import and export all different sizes, trying to find the perfect layout. I can toy with it directly here, and hey, maybe I want this to go up to 500. That looks ridiculous. However, the point is that it's in my control. Maybe I'm working on a layout where a giant image is what I need. So moving back a little bit, you can see we also have card control. You can select whether or not those cards have borders and impact the color and size. And down below here, you can see where you have spacing, content alignment, and content width controls. And this goes beyond just the small, medium, and large that Rise offers. We also have an extra large width and a full width. So depending on your content, you can decide how much of the screen that takes up. Meanwhile, this does behave responsively, just like any other Rise block would, which of course is one of the main benefits of working in Rise. So here are a couple of other layouts that I have played with. I've gone all text, but really leaned on my rich text editor to play with different sizing to create a really interesting learning objectives layout here. I've also shown an example of a traditional image and text with a little intro panel right here. And I really love how this turned out, and I was able to toy with the size of my images to get it just right for what I wanted to display. Down below, you can see, I was playing with borders. Those green borders normally would not be there. But this is an example of the card layout. I have used icons in place of the images. I've added cards, and I've added a nice border radius to create a soft look. But I could take that all the way down to 0 if that better suits the brand guidelines that I am working with. You get full control over all of these little details so that you can make your design suit exactly what you need it to suit. Down below, here's one other example of using text, image, and text. And I just love that this breaks up the traditional layouts that you see throughout Rise. So I hope you can see why I'm so passionate about this block. Like I said, I have used this dozens of times already, and I am sure that I will be reaching for this over so many other built-in blocks just because of the flexibility that it offers me in breaking up my layouts and making them feel so much more unique for my learners. So I'm glad I got to share that with you, and I cannot wait to see what you create using this new block.